Yo, welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. Guys, this has been a very kind of scary week. We had a big scare this week.
Terrifying.
Terrifying for anyone really into the gaming YouTube content stuff.
And Twitch.
Yeah. There was new policies by Microsoft.
I guess it's scary really only if you were into Halo. Because
right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, because now I think of
our channel is pretty
Yeah, which our channel is heavy on Halo. But so Microsoft updated their content usage policy. So they've had this since like years ago, a long time. It's been around and they've changed it.
They always change it, you know.
Yeah, okay.
They have to protect themselves.
Now, here's the crazy thing is I don't know, this story is like 20-fold to me because for one, it's about the actual policy. For two, it's about how that policy got out to the public and how people interpreted it.
Right.
And and then the other part of it is like how it actually affects anything. You know what I mean? Like it was just crazy how all this thing unfolded. So the actual policy, it was changed from before. You could technically, under the rules of content usage rules, you could not make any money using any of Xbox, Microsoft Studios,
like Microsoft's
content.
Directly content, like their games, their videos, whatever it was that that's how it worked.
You cannot make a dime off of it, but people did it anyway, you know, and they never enforced it. They
had it there basically to protect themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And so then they do this update and they try to, you know, they subtly slide it into Twitter and shit. And then like people start reading the new content thing.
It's pretty basic. I mean, not basic, but you know, pretty straightforward.
And so like it tells you, you know what? You can use any game content you want freely.
Microsoft Studios, just making sure.
Yeah, Microsoft Studio stuff. So we're talking about like Halo. Not even Forza, it's just like Viva Pinata, Halo, like I think Gears of War, like, you know, it's just directly from Microsoft Studios. Really,
Killer
Instinct. Halo,
yes.
Like to say the Halo, nothing else. And then
you just heard a lot of Viva Pinata fans.
Yeah, so no, I gotta take all my Viva Pinata's videos down. The fuck. So it said that you can use videos now and you can make money off of it as long as you did it on YouTube and Twitch, which 99% of people who try to make content like that will use those. So that wasn't a big deal. All you gotta do is put this little disclaimer in the description, which I heard was there before anyway. You know, like technically you had to anyway, but nobody ever did it. But now everybody's kind of like, okay, let's do it.
Because it seems like they're trying to like now that it's getting not necessarily so big, but they're trying to like make sure they're protecting themselves, because a lot of things go into laws like this. Yeah. Like if someone, I remember there's a bunch of problems if someone using something, and if they're just allowed to use it, then everyone can use it because you didn't stop that first person from using it. Yeah,
and so it is a legal thing more than anything to me. And so I thought it was good. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, you know, it's because we're putting up Halo videos anyway, but it just kind of felt like this extra layer of comfort. It's like, okay, or just in general, just like, yeah, the companies are starting to understand
because the
benefit.
Exactly, it definitely seemed like one of those things that it was like just this new thing. We're like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you know, just stop it. Just stop right now. Just like it always happens. You know?
It's like, what the fuck, man? And then, but then, okay, here's the thing though. So then what happened was on like page 2 of this thing, at the second to last bullet point, like in little fucking text, it says you can't use their title.
Right. The title of the game is unusable.
Yeah. What? Like what?
Yeah. And Mike, you know, he was kind of like he was telling me, he was just like, that doesn't make any sense. I was like, Mike, there's no way that's what it meant. Like let me read it. And it was already down, I think, by the time you were trying to show me. Didn't they have that? I think they had taken it down when you showed
me. They had different versions of it. And there is one version that didn't have that bullet point, but not necessarily that it wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly. So so you know, it was trying to, because I wanted to just see it for myself if that, and he's like, no, that's literally what is said. Those words that came out of my mouth. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
So what it said on this certain bullet point was like, okay, you can make using our content, make a video, but you just can't put Halo in the title.
The only exception was, I think, Minecraft.
Yeah, but which is a whole different animal. Obviously, we'll get into that, but you cannot use. I'm just saying Halo because fuck all the other games. Halo. So you could not use Halo in the title. They're like, oh, we don't object to you using like Red versus Blue or Operation Chastity, or they had all these examples, and then they're like, but for example, like you can't title it Halo, quote unquote, whatever else you want to title it. It's just like. So what, are they just gonna copyright strike all 10 million Halo videos that are up right now? It's like, well, obviously they won't, but what they would do if they would have gone through with that is take down maybe the top 10 Halo like videos that other people have made and then scare the shit out of everybody else. Of course, the next day Major Nelson goes on Twitter and he was like, oh, you guys misunderstood the wording. We should have worded super, like, what is it, like, you know, I forgot what the like lawyer term is. Yeah. But they had vague. They leave it super vague so they can include everything into it. Yeah. And he says, okay, we misunderstood, you know, the people who are reading it misunderstood it, that they worded it vaguely, like you're saying, and that's not what they meant. And then he clarified saying, okay, yeah, you can use the title. It's just that we don't want you to make it seem like it's the official Halo trailer or the official Halo movie or whatever. Yeah, because it's probably, like you were saying, one of those things where their videos aren't going, you know, aren't the top searches a lot of times. Yeah, they have to pay for that. Yeah, which, you know, that, and I mean. I can kind of see, like, why do they have to pay when it's their actual fucking video, you know? Yeah. Because, you mean like promotion, like the one that had the promotion? They do that. Yeah. But like they probably don't want to keep having to pay all that time. And when you have trailers that are channels specifically for trailers. Yeah. They use the name and they get more views because people know that's where to go. Because they built that up, because they've done that. So there's a couple of things here. First, I'm calling bullshit. That's number one. I'm calling complete bullshit. They knew exactly what it meant, but this is what I say to you guys. This is the power of you and us, the gamers. I sound like fucking Boogie, but but to me, that's the bottom line, is that they have to bend to your will. They have to. If you think that, I don't care how big the corporation is, you buy the game, and the gamers on Twitter and on social media were mad as fuck. And I remember I saw a couple people like tweet out the phone number to Xbox assistants, like, flood this fucking number right now and tell them to change this shit. That's the same thing with like the DRM. Yeah, exactly. They have to. They bent to what people said. To an extent, you know, and it's still like, I mean, it kind of like, that's kind of what should be happening, but it's not necessarily scary. It's just like people don't even want to put the effort into it. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't see it as that huge of a deal, you know, the DRM affected a lot of people. This really only affects, you know, the people, you know, doing this for a living kind of stuff. Yeah. So like the common person was like, I don't care. I don't care. And then also, not only like people are doing it for a living, just the people who use Halo. Yeah. Which is not even that big of a YouTube, Twitch game now anymore anyway. But I think part of it is people just want to hate on Microsoft to begin with. Yeah, so I think people just got mad anyway. But then the other part of it is, like, if you let Microsoft do this, other companies are gonna start doing this same thing. And I think everybody who's into gaming, like, gamers are really smart now, like, as far as like understanding how the business works. Partly I think because of YouTubers and like Twitch people always kind of kicking that aspect to them. So I mean, a lot of people did get angry, and a lot of them who weren't fucking YouTubers or streamers. And the whole point is, they understand that you let them get away with this, you give them a little rope, they'll fucking choke themselves. So speaking of like this whole tug and pull, we've talked about pre-orders before, and there's always, you know, been issues with pre-orders. Before they were actually interesting. Like, I've always liked pre-orders that give you like skins, stuff like that. I always love shit like that, because it's like, it's just an incentive to buy it, whatever. And a lot of games, you know, over the last even just couple months, I've been doing a lot of DLC stuff.
it always sucks when they like. It feels like they like if you have a game that's about modes. And they have a mode that's only for pre-order. That doesn't make any sense. Like I guess something I want to contrast that is a game like Batman Arkham Asylum. The first one,
that was the first one.
I think if I'm not mistaken, it had you have the main game, and then if you pre-ordered it, I believe you got like a fight, like a kind of like a brawl mode. That's okay because it's not taken away from the main game. You know what I mean? Which
is what people want it for. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I don't mind stuff like that, but a lot of games like are doing stuff like they give you like stuff that you could get later on in the game. Stuff that they eventually give everyone anyways. Mm-hmm. You know, that kind of like adds to that should be in the game already.
Yeah, like they should never take away from the core game. That doesn't. And that's what seems what's happening now is that they cut away from the core game. Imagine if you pre-order Call of Duty and they told you like if you pre-order it you can have team deathmatch and like no one else can have it except for you guys until like 3 months later.
Right.
People would fucking lose their minds.
I think it's a different thing from like I think Black Ops 2 did it like where they gave you Nuketown 2025.
Yeah.
I felt like that was different at least. It could have been.
I don't know why it feels different. I can't explain why it does, but it does feel different. I agree with you. It doesn't feel like you're being fucked over or anything like that. I don't, but maybe it is the same thing. I mean,
it could definitely be the same thing. But so one of the big pre-orders this time around were for two games, Evolve.
Which are these? Yeah, Evolve and Dying Light, which are both coming out in like 1 week and in 2 weeks.
Yeah, some really really short amount of time.
Yeah, Dying Light January 27th, Evolve February 10th.
February 10th, yeah, and you can already pre-order it, which is crazy. Yeah, I mean not pre-order, preload it.
Pre-purchase, preload.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, Dying Light, I think I don't know much about the game, but it has a mode that they're gonna give you.
Well, it's an open world survival game. So I don't know how much like multiplayer type stuff is involved, but the mode that they're offering you as a pre-order is definitely like kind of a side thing, kind of like you said with Batman. But the thing is, we haven't played that game yet, so we don't know how much. Maybe the modes are really cool and fun. Maybe the multiplayer is cool for that, and we're gonna enjoy it. Whereas, I guess in Batman, in hindsight, it doesn't matter because the brawl mode kind of sucked anyway. So it's like, oh, whatever.
It was good to pass the time, but it didn't take away at all from the main game.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, in hindsight, you look at it now, you're like, whatever. It didn't even matter if you pre-ordered or not. You probably wouldn't have liked it so much anyway. But like I said, if I told you like Team Deathmatch, where that it's part of the main game and a lot of people play it,
like something like let's say because Team Deathmatch is such a staple for any game.
Yeah.
But let's say they said like Capture the Flag, which isn't necessarily a staple for all games.
Yeah.
Something like Capture the Flag, like we're not gonna. You can have that as a pre-order bonus.
I get, and even more, I guess, to me then would be a new mode where it's like, what's the new one? Uplink on Advanced Warfare. Now people really like it now after they got to play it, but like I think at the time you're like, whatever, it's a new mode. I haven't heard about it,
right.
and then if people loved it, they'd be like, oh, that sucks. Only these pre-order people got it.
Yeah.
Because that bothers me too, like Destiny, what they did with the PS4. I mean, everybody does it. But
but the exclusive. I mean, everyone does exclusives. I mean, Xbox has had a lot of exclusive where it's a couple months. Before they even get in, and sometimes full games, not even little things. I think the main one they have over PlayStation is COD. Yeah. I know that they always almost get pre-orders like a month ahead or so.
Yeah, no, or DLC.
DLC, I'm sorry. DLC is a month ahead about, which, and in this one, Destiny has a lot of guns that you don't get until next September.
That's
it's not even it's not only guns, it's actually missions.
Missions, yeah, and like a strike, I think, or
something like that, yeah.
It seems like, man, that's a lot.
From a game that doesn't have that much as far as
I mean that's a lot to take out, and not only that, it's a lot of time. Like I mean, if it's like a month, if it's a DLC exclusive, like time exclusive, I don't know, it just seems like a month. Okay, a month, but like a year, that seems like a long fucking time,
it does. I mean, granted, I don't know how many exclusives like that there are for Xbox. I know I forgot what game was. People were complaining that it was an actual game, but it came out first for the Xbox and it took a long time. I think Tomb Raider is going to be 6 months before it hits anything.
Oh, they said they gave a time frame.
I think I want to say it might have been a rumor, but I remember it was some pretty long. I was like, I mean, that's a little bit different. Like I mean, I'm sure they bought the game, but this is like these both games came out at the same time, but you know they gave you this exclusive.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's different. Yeah, it just seems it's just I can't even explain. It's just different. I mean,
yeah, but okay. But anyways, that one, the Dying Light is kind of bad. I mean, that's definitely one that you have to play to see if it's bad. That's a hindsight one.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't know if the mode's gonna be good. But just looking at it now, with all the experience we have, it's like, come on, you're gonna take a whole mode out. What if this mode is like the best mode in the game? You know?
Which hopefully, I've seen a lot of DLCs give modes. It's not.
Yeah, they usually like the most garbage one.
But Evolve has one that I found really like doesn't it take away from the game?
Yeah,
it gives you, because there's tiers to characters you can get by playing.
Yeah,
it gives you the last tier, which I'm assuming is they're probably better, at least better than
the first tier.
Yeah. You know, it's just like,
I think that's safe to assume,
and especially in a multiplayer game, I don't think that's very.
Yeah, I wonder how much it'll affect like balance. I don't know. It just that seemed grimy.
Yeah, because like that in a single player game, okay, I get a level weapon that's like, you know, better than all the level 5 weapons available.
Yeah.
But you know, that single player doesn't affect you playing with other people. It's something that affects other people too. It's just like, what's the point of even having bought the game unless you pre-ordered it?
I know. Then you have to pre-order it if you really want the whole. And that's the whole point. Now is if you want to get the full experience, you have to pre-order. Mm-hmm. And I remember Assassin's Creed 4. It was either 4 or 3, but it was one of those. They used to have these charts where it would show you, okay, if you ordered this edition of the game, you would get this certain thing. And they would have a chart like, okay, and like Assassin's Creed had some crazy. They had like 7 different editions. Had like the collector's edition, the master assassin edition. It had like all these different editions, and then when you would look at the chart, each edition had something different exclusive to it, right? And then you're like, well, wait a minute, what if I just want the full experience? Like, because 2 years ago, I think it was like 2 years ago, you were still kind of like, yeah, I'll buy the $150 collectors because I love Assassin's Creed, or I love Halo. I'll buy
the helmet.
Yeah, I'll just buy it. I don't care. I know I'm gonna love it, you know. And so, even in that one, I think that's when things started to change. Where I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, like there's not one edition where you can get the full experience.
Yeah, and it would be cool if you can just buy everything. Like that's what people want.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't. But so that made people get like the most expensive edition and still then have to download other DLC, buy other DLC, like. What the fuck? Like, just pay like $150 for the most expensive edition, and I still don't have everything.
But you have the helmet. Do they have the helmet?
You got them new boots, boy. Hell yeah!
But yeah, definitely. And I mean, pre-orders used to like feel really cool.
They did.
Like, it really gave you incentives to buy them before, and especially, I mean, obviously that's what caused games to start like being, I guess, more lazy. I guess. Yeah. Like in general, they're more lazy because all they care about is pre-orders. It seems like.
That's all they want. They want that pre-purchase, just to guarantee the sale, man. Mm-hmm. Once that sale's guaranteed, they don't give a shit anymore, and that's how they fuck you over.
Yeah, I mean, I still pre-order games. I pre-ordered Smash Brothers. Yeah. Granted, I wanted the controller and the Wii U adapter, and in hindsight, it was an amazing buy because the adapter is like $70 now.
I know, everybody's fucking, and they have a third party one now, right? That like they're desperately trying to get this. So aha, suckers! I don't even use my motherfucking shit. I just sit in there. You guys, yeah, I haven't been able to play as much, but I'm a sucker, dude. Like, I'm a sucker for pre-orders. Yeah. If it's a series that I love, I'll pre-order it. Right. I'm pre-ordering Halo 5. I don't care how much they fucked up on it.
Right, and that's one of the things. Like, for a long time, I didn't pre-order because I want to make sure it's there, because I want to how do you say it? Like, what's the word? Sorry. So I didn't. It wasn't because I wanted it to be like make sure I had a copy, and it wasn't because the incentives necessarily, because I only pre-order from one location, GameStop.
Yeah.
And that's mainly because I can go give them $5, come back the next day, give them my lunch money that I didn't use.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a layaway thing, but not really layaway.
Yeah, and it really was. And it's like you said to me before about this same thing. It was just like, it's like a bank account for me.
Yeah.
I just put the money in. I'll pre-order any random game. And then when it comes a game that I want to get, I'll just transfer all my pre-orders. And see, that's the cool part about it, I think. And honestly, for me too, it's about the experience. I have, like, when it's a big game, it's cool being out there and having everybody else in line. Like, I like that experience of pre-ordering and
going to the midnight.
And because you pre-ordered, it's kind of like, I'll go to the midnight too. I mean, it's already paid for. I already have some of it paid for. That's what it's really about. But they're just trying
to grab you,
suck you dry. And you know what? Recently, I took a survey from Harmonix.
Okay.
And speaking of pre-orders,
this is kind of like a super beta pre-order kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it just came to my mind because the thing is, so Harmonix made Rock Band, and you guys know that Rock Band and like Guitar Hero
took over the world for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, there was everybody played it. My little sister, my mom, like everybody played it.
Any age.
It was just so fun. Anybody can play it, easy to play. Anyways, they stopped doing them for a while, and Harmonix releases kind of low-key survey saying, hey, would you pre-order?
Would you buy?
Would you pre-order Rock Band 4?
And and this is kind of a testament to the other side of pre-ordering.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, so much is about the money for them. Yeah. They want that, like, if you're a business and you can guarantee sales,
who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, because I think, it's never happened before. But if you imagine if a bunch of people pre-order a game, and for some reason, like a lot of times that's what the money, like they use the pre-order to kind of gauge the money, see if it's kind of worth it, the business sometimes. Yeah. Let's say it's never happened, but let's say like there isn't enough pre-orders and the game just cancels. Yeah. I'm sure they give everyone back their money. Yeah. So I can kind of see the good part of the pre-order, but only if you're a business, and business is usually bad. Unfortunately.
I mean, I guess the pre-orders just put too much faith in the makers of the game, and it's not even the makers, it's the publishers, because they're the ones who force the deadlines, force the dates, and like publishers, Activision killed Rock Band because they publish the game every single year, sometimes 2 a year.
Like, how much better would it have been? I mean, maybe every 2 years, maybe a new one, but just give you more songs. Yeah. Just that's it. That's all you want. It's not like, they didn't add anything that I don't think I played Rock Band 2. Yeah. But I don't remember anything that was like, oh, we should get Rock Band 2.
This is so different. It's so brand new.
Yeah, like even to more example, like a bigger example is Rock Band. Guitar Hero. They didn't change.
Actually, my bad. I said earlier, so I want to correct myself. Activision killed Guitar Hero, which also killed everything.
But like Guitar Hero, like it was just, why would I have to buy the new one just for the songs? Why not just let me buy all the songs? Yeah. Then I don't know. Maybe it was a money issue. Maybe they weren't.
It's not a good business model for them. It's the same reason why Madden just doesn't update their roster.
That's true.
But I don't know if it were me. Well, first I just want to say this about the whole Harmonix thing, is that I'm not saying it's gonna return, but they released a survey. There's a lot of questions on it, and one of them was kind of like, would you buy it? It was like they threw
a bunch of like random ass questions, and it's like, so Rock Band, did you play it?
Yeah, would you buy that again? Like, they don't. I don't think they wanted to make it too public because it was like on page 3 of the survey. But it's just like, what's your history with Rock Band? Did you enjoy it? Which one's your favorite title?
What's my history? You send them a video.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry, I documented it on fucking YouTube.
It's like a behind the scenes of Rock Band, like a Rock Band band.
Shit, dude, remember when that was a thing? When it's like on MTV, you had like people actually playing their guitar or the fucking like Rock Band. I was like, God, what does society come to where these motherfuckers are.
Don't tell me though that when you were playing, you didn't feel like you were.
I don't know. You felt like a beast. You felt like a beast
on hard, on expert. Oh god, yes.
So let's go. It is. So it's like the hardest thing you could ever do.
Besides playing, real guitar. I mean,
but I back to the whole just what Activision did and how it killed that little mini industry they had for 4 or 5 years. Yeah, they published a game. So I know you had Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. And then
shit.
So
they had that 3.
So within 7 years, they had 5 main titles for Guitar Hero. Aerosmith, Metallica, and the 80s hairband era thing. Love songs, I think. Aerosmith. Did you say already?
I did.
Yeah, there's probably like 10. We're talking about, I think they released 2 games a year. Like, I don't know.
Fuck. Oh my god.
There's a lot. And
we did buy almost all of them, but it was a lot.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good business deal for them for you to just buy the songs, because why not buy a whole fucking CD and then sell you a couple DLCs, you know?
That's true. And a new guitar and then which Guitar Hero was it when they actually added like the drums and shit?
Guitar Hero was Guitar Hero 4 World Tour, but they did it after Rock Band did it.
Oh, okay.
So remember, the original people who made Guitar Hero 1 and 2 had a falling out with Activision, and that's why they ended up making Rock Band.
Doesn't everyone have a falling out?
Yeah, because they want you to fucking make a game every year. See, but if it were me, I think my business model would be, I don't know, I just feel like it would work. I think people would appreciate it. I would make maybe a Madden every 4 years. And the 3 years in between, I would do patches, updates, maybe make you pay like $5 for the new roster.
Yeah, I think Street Fighter 4 has done that. Like, they've had like 5 iterations or something.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and then Ultra.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but people get so much hate for that too.
That they do, and it was one of those crazy things. I didn't buy like Street Fighter from Street Fighter from Street Fighter 4 to Super Street Fighter. I didn't buy them, so I don't know if there was a big price difference. But like I bought Ultra, which just was $15 more. For the balance and the characters. Yeah. Which I'm like, okay.
$15 ain't much.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe the other ones were full retail price. I don't know, but
it feels worth it. I think it's worth it. I think fans feel it's worth it.
Exactly. If you like.
I think the people who talk shit about it are like kind of the outside people who are just like, wow, you're paying $15. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they did that with Madden or FIFA, I don't know if they would get that much hate. Maybe they would. But I don't know. To me, it makes more sense with those games because every year it's a new year, new rosters. You know, maybe you do a new mode or some shit. Like you can patch the shit out of it.
Yeah, like I always thought, especially for like sports games, and I mean they could do like you said, that whole 4 year every 4 years. I mean, how much cheaper would it be for them to kind of like fix their game instead of making a new one? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does cost less. Yeah. You know, but I would think fixing it and then charging for it with the new rosters and shit would make it.
I have to think that they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I guess like
we're definitely like we're the outsiders looking in.
Yeah. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna give them that much credit. You know what? Fuck that. I'm not. No. Like literally, I'm not giving them that much credit because I think they're a little out of. I think the greed gets the best of them. Not to say that they're all greedy. Because I think if you get into that position, you might end up getting greedy yourself.
You might have to be like,
Yeah, just because that's how you got there. But I think it gets to a point where it's just kind of you got to balance out between the quality and quantity and quality thing, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Their model doesn't make any sense. I would rather do what you're saying, which is just fix the fucking game. Make sure it's good instead of just fucking releasing the same crap like over and over and over and over again. Yeah, like I think with Guitar Hero, the first 4 I think were good. Okay. Because I think each one introduced something new, which we were saying like how much more can you introduce? You know what I mean? But what if they would have spread that out more years and made those even better? Because I remember the first one was kind of like nobody really played that one. That was like PlayStation 2. You know, like people didn't really know. Guitar Hero 2 though, a lot of people knew, had good songs. I think they added the bass guitar.
I think it was. You're right.
Okay, and then in fucking part 3 is when they added kind of like the. That's a lot of people's favorites because they had a lot more difficult songs, and they had the like boss battles with like Slash and
Tom Morello.
Yeah, exactly, and it was cool. I think a lot of people were fond of that one. Mm-hmm. And then part 4, they added like the whole drums and fucking.
Yeah, but by that time, like Rock Band swept the world.
Yeah, like then Rock Band took over. All the rock bands to me felt the same. I think they added the keyboard for one of them.
I stopped playing it. I think I played 2 was the last one I played. I don't know how many we have.
They did 3, but they also did the same thing. They did like a Green Day. They did like an AC/DC.
They did a Beatles one.
Yeah, the Beatles. Yeah, that one was huge. Everybody, I remember talked about that. And that one was expensive. It was like
because it came with the guitar, the fucking guitar. It came with both of the guitar. Obviously,
it came with the whole set.
Yeah. But like all of them do. But it was like Beatles themed.
So they burned it out, man. They burned it out. They definitely killed that, and it sucks too because I remember they started releasing like the Rocksmiths after. But
yeah, those are interesting though.
Yeah, because those are you play the actual.
Yeah, it's not a rhythm. It's still a rhythm game, but not a simplified rhythm game.
Yeah, you actually have to play the song.
Yeah, I mean they slow it. They like teach you how to play it.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like one of those weird things where they have it like slowly raise up to the actual key, the notes and whatever. Like they start you off like kind of like a Rock Band and stuff.
Yeah.
Like where it's kind of like very vague.
Yeah.
And then they get you more actual detailed, I guess you would say. Like, they get you really. And I mean, I've heard people like they learn how to play songs. Maybe not learn how to play the guitar in general.
Yeah.
But they learn how to play songs because I think those are two different things. Being able to play the guitar and being able to play a song.
I'm sure if once you learn to play a couple songs, not that you'll become like a fucking, but you'll get a feel of it at least. I mean, but the thing is, those games came out too late. It was like it was over.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played those, but I'm sure it has a market too because I think they're on their. Because I think they do it like a kind of like a year thing instead of like 1, 2.
Yeah.
And I think they're on their 3rd one if I'm not mistaken. I don't know though.
Yeah, I haven't really kept up with it because I don't know anybody who owns it. Like in my life, I don't know anybody who owns it. I'm sure they have to have some sort of market for it. That's cool, but I just think they missed out because.
Yeah, imagine it came out like. Because I don't think that game I don't think would take away from Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
It would kind of be like a mutual growth. Because, yeah, some people would love to learn how to play the real guitar, but some people just want to have fun. It's like those people that like hard games and people that like easy games.
Yeah.
It's definitely something like that.
Because the other thing about that too was the drums. I think that's why I say I think there was a big audience there that missed out on. Like you're saying, there's a different audience. There's more casual and more hardcore, but a lot of people said, I don't know, I don't play the drums, but I've heard a lot of people say that like if you learned how to play the drums on like expert on Rock Band or Guitar Hero, it's pretty much exactly how you would play it.
Oh, really?
Because if you think about a real drum set, that's really what you would have.
No, I guess, yeah. My friend actually, because we used to play that shit, like,
yeah.
when it came out, when it was out, we played that shit almost as much as we did Smash.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But one of my friends, he actually played the drums, and I don't remember him saying it felt like playing the drum. It felt like, if you learn how to do this. But he said definitely like it was fun. Yeah. It was fun to him. It reminded him of playing the drums. Not necessarily that it was playing the drums,
So, but he played drums in real life. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. I've heard that several times from several different people, and I think the actual hits mirrored the drums.
Okay.
So like. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool because you have to do the what is it?
The bass pedal.
Yeah, which is the hardest thing for me to do ever.
Yeah,
I can't play the drums because of the bass pedal.
Yeah, me neither. I can't keep that rhythm, and then my foot hurts.
Yeah,
I'm sure you get used to it, but the first time I was like,
no.
Yeah, I was like getting a cramp.
10 seconds into the song, like okay,
I'm done, guys.
This is a walkout.
It's funny because every crew of friends who play like Guitar Hero always had that one friend who would play the drums, and that's what he would play. Everybody else would switch bass, guitar, singing, whatever. No, there's like that one.
Can I sing? No. Sit down.
Bro, you're the only one that knows how to play the drums. That's like.
And then when if someone else did have to go up, they would go on like super easy. Yeah. And it would just kill the whole vibe.
Shit. So soon in February.
What's coming in February?
Majora's Mask.
For the 3DS, they're remaking it, yeah.
No, my friend, the new 3DS.
Oh, the one that's sold out everywhere and no one in the world is gonna buy it?
Yeah, because you can't get it anywhere. You can't get it anywhere. Dude, I'm pre-ordering it. No, I hope they have it, dude. I don't know. I want to get it at GameStop, but I read that they were sold out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the new 3DS, of course, like always, they told us it's not gonna come to the States. It's only gonna be in Japan. I remember we talked about this and we were like, yeah. Like,
please.
Yeah, sure. That's not gonna come to the
please,
States. Yeah.
It is. They are coming to America. And there's one that I think everyone wants to get, which is the Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it looks cool, dude. Yeah. I love the style. I actually have the Wii U for the Wind Waker. So I love Zelda. So
who doesn't love Zelda? If you like Nintendo, you like Zelda.
Yeah, you have to. I loved Majora's Mask when I was a kid. It was a lot harder than Ocarina of Time. Mm-hmm. I have a lot fonder memories of Ocarina of Time. I remember a lot of frustration with Majora's Mask.
Yeah, so it was a little bit harder.
Yeah, because it had this crazy time system. If you guys ever played, where you only had 3 days and then the world would restart. You know, and certain things would save, but the whole point was like you had to figure out how to do this within the 3-day time period. It's innovative. I think it's I've never even seen a game do that. Like
Lightning Returns, kind.
Oh, that's right. Except
it was I beat it in like seven days. I was like, okay, so what about? Is that it?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Okay, I have to skip to the boss battle now.
Because it was like 10 days or something like that.
I think it was 13 if I don't know, whatever. But it was like
bad job.
Yeah, like
bad job, Final Fantasy.
I finished everything I needed to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me skip 7 days or whatever it was.
So with the new 3DS though, I heard that most of them are going to be XL. There's not going to be any.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm very happy about that. Because this has not necessarily been a problem because I bought every 3DS under the sun. But it always happens that, you know, they always sell the smaller 3DS first and then eventually bring out the XL. Yeah. And a lot of people always just wait for the XL because they prefer the bigger. I mean, some people still like the smaller ones because it's easier to carry around.
Yeah.
You know, they're both easy to carry around. But obviously, you know, pockets, you know, vary in size and whatnot. But apparently, I mean, this one is only going to be XL, which I really, really like.
I prefer it too. I mean, I have bad eyesight, so I like the
bigger screen,
the XL. But I agree with you. Especially now, I think the culture has changed because I was around when cell phones first came out and they were pretty big. Yeah, I mean, I was a kid, but you never really saw a cell phone back then. But then, yeah, when they came out, like really popular, they were getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Remember when there was one that literally, like, it was like an inch?
Yeah, it was just it's like the tiniest. Like everybody wanted the smallest possible phone,
which I can understand for some stuff, but
I think it's just a culture style thing that happens. True. And then I think after people got over that, they wanted the functionality, and now it's like huge iPhone 6, of course the notebook or Note, the Samsung Galaxy Note, and all that. Like, so now it's like everything's big. Now people just want like the best performance functionality. I don't see any reason why you should get a regular 3DS over XL. I just don't. I like, maybe if you're certain that you gotta hide it or something, like I don't.
Right. See, and that's the thing. Like before, it was definitely that was when that was available first. Yeah. So that's why you bought it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's definitely the reason, and I don't know. It's good to see it like that.
That's another business. That's good business. For them.
Yeah, definitely. Cause especially like. Just the way it looks, I don't know. I hear they have faceplates. I'm not 100% sure on that. But when I saw Majora's Mask, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get that. Everyone has it's gonna be sold out. But then a lot of the other ones look really, really sick too.
Yeah, the Dynasty Warriors, was it?
Well, Monster Hunter.
Like,
you're like, I've never even played this game, but I would buy that one.
It did. It looks sick. I gotta admit, it did look. I never played Monster Hunter before, but it looks sick. I probably would have get it.
You would get it, yes.
So. Video games are the writing is getting really good.
Really? I mean, I haven't noticed it.
Yeah, this is the worst segue ever. We just jump right into it. But I thought this was cool with Oscar season coming up. They just announced the Oscar nominees. Whiplash, like we talked about, it got nominated for best movie.
Still haven't seen it, but probably will now. It's one of those things like everyone watches the Oscar movies when they're nominated.
Yeah,
like no one watches like because a lot of movies seem like they're going to be Oscar movies, but like I'll wait till they nominate it.
And then the nomination's like, oh, I guess it is good. Like they nominated it.
Like, I knew it was good. I was just waiting to watch it. Like
bastards. I told you guys to go watch it. But the Writers Guild has these awards, and they've actually been doing this for a couple of years, and I had no idea.
Like, I think I've heard of it, but I didn't pay much attention to it.
I had no idea. I mean, I know what the Writers Guild is. Right. I didn't know they had awards, and I think it's really cool. I read the article. I was just, skimming through some articles, and I see, oh, wow, they have nominees for the best writing, screenplay, in a video game. And I just thought that was awesome that they're finally recognizing. I guess, like I said, they've been doing it from what we saw. It was like 2 years at least, maybe more. Mm-hmm. But definitely in the past couple of years, writing has been getting.
Yeah, and I've always wondered like when are like video games gonna make the jump, because they are that like medium, I guess what it's right.
Yeah.
Animated movies are they get their own category and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always like when are like video games gonna make their category?
I can't wait for them to be in the Emmys or the Oscars. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know if they would fall under that jurisdiction of things, but the writing is so good. Yeah, but
that's the thing. Like besides the interactive stuff, it's like an animated movie.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's an animated movie with interactive.
Right. So what's taking it away from like? It doesn't have to be. I definitely don't want it in the animated movie category, but have its own like category. That would be crazy. But then again, I guess it's maybe like you can watch an animated movie and it's like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
You can't really play like you could, but some of these games, like especially like ones that probably like imagine you trying to have Dragon Age or something like Skyrim for a nomination.
Yeah, that'd be like how the people who would go over it, that'd be crazy. Yeah, it's not like just fucking watching all Oscar movies in one day or something. Like that.
Imagine playing all Oscar nominated games in a week. Yeah, you still wouldn't do it.
I wonder if these guys even play the games, or do they just read the screenplay?
Yeah, see, that would be interesting.
Yeah,
that would be interesting too. I mean, I'm sure the screenplays are like 10 times shorter than the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Way shorter. And then, of course, in the screenplay, does that include like in-game chatter, or is it just cutscene chatter? When they talk in cutscenes. And then there are games like Dragon Age and like Mass Effect where it's like you have all these options. How does that? That's a difficult.
What they could do is watch our channel.
Good plug, bro. Yeah, or you can just watch the game movies on Geo Playground, and you'll get a general idea, a very, very 99% good idea of what the fuck the story is and how the writing was. But the ones nominated this year that we saw was Last of Us.
Just before, I'm really disappointed that. I mean, I love the games on the list, but I'm so disappointed because it just shows how little games we had.
Oh, this year, yeah.
Go ahead.
And I bet but the other thing too is I bet you they don't even look at like underground games.
I mean, like South Park had amazing writing.
Yeah, right. Like, how do you categorize that? Or I think of like BioWare, BioWare, Mass Effect. The voice acting sucks. Like a lot of the time, it's some of it's good, a lot of it sucks. How much does that affect?
Best voice acting by far, South Park.
Yeah, amazing. It really was good though. It really was good. But yeah, so some of the nominees were Left Behind DLC, not Last of Us because that came out the year before.
It was the Last of Us DLC that was nominated.
Yeah, because it came out, and that one was fucking amazing.
It was.
I cannot stress how good it actually was.
And I'm glad I was actually able to play it.
Because it literally was not even like a fucking game. You only shot your gun maybe twice, and in 2 sections. But it was really just it was your relationship with the other girl. I forgot her name right now, but it was Ellie and her friend Riley, and like the whole game, that whole DLC is just you guys exploring the mall, and you guys are just talking, and it was great voice acting, great writing, really good. That should win, honestly. You wanted BioShock, but that's not this year. But every year, if I asked you, it'd be like...
So BioShock hasn't won yet?
Yeah.
We'll come back next
I don't want to hear it.
But I think the DLC, some of it did come out this year.
That's true. That's true. Burial, probably, I think episode 2 came out.
Maybe it didn't, because it's kind of like completely separate. Or not completely separate, you have to kind of like have played the other ones. So maybe that's why. I'm still finding excuses. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe the writing wasn't good. You thought? Did you think of that?
No,
maybe?
no.
No? Okay.
No, that's not it. That's not it at all.
The writing was the best, Mike.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It was the best. Yeah, because the one that really bothered you when I was like told you was Assassin's Creed Unity was nominated.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. Everybody's like, okay, I'm done with these awards.
But they did nominate Freedom Cry,
which is really good.
Yeah.
So they nominated Freedom Cry and Unity in the same year. Freedom Cry is Assassin's Creed 4's DLC,
which is more DLC.
And then Alien Isolation,
which I haven't played, so I can't say anything about that one. So.
Yeah.
But I also haven't heard anything about that one, so.
I just don't see it having great writing. I don't know.
That's all I like. Just screams. That's it.
There's an alien. Oh my God. I don't know.
But maybe it has the greatest writing. Maybe it'll beat out Left Behind.
No, Left Behind won. It's over.
Okay. Did it win?
It won.
Okay.
No, I don't have to see the awards. I know it won. It's politics, bro. Last of Us wins everything.
That is true.
Period.
Just like Slumdog Millionaire, the year it came out, it won everything.
Dude, no, stop.
I'm not saying it shouldn't have won. I'm just saying it did win everything.
Okay, but you're implying something different. He did.
That's something else.
He doesn't like Slumdog Millionaire, guys.
No, I didn't like it. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like.
You're not gonna like Whiplash then.
Probably.
There's been too
much. But I haven't heard
hype.
anything about it. I haven't heard anything about it except from you.
Which I hyped it up.
Yeah, but for Slumdog Millionaire, I think it was the same thing with like Last of Us. Everyone and their grandma hyped it up.
Yeah. Well, so me and Javi were talking about how it's funny when that happens, when it's just a natural. I think humans by nature are contrarians, they call them.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like when people were like, "Bro, you're gonna love this." It's like, "Oh, am I, motherfucker? Like, are you sure I'm gonna love this, motherfucker?" And it was with The Last of Us. It was like, dude, you would be talking to a friend and they'd be like, "Bro, The Last of Us was good, huh? You loved it too?" And you'd be like, "Oh no, I haven't played it yet." Bro, what? What'd you say? Like,
I don't own a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
You didn't buy it just because of Last? Are you crazy? And like these friends would be like, "Bro, I'll drive over right now and bring you my fucking Last of Us."
I want to see your reaction.
Yeah, I just want to watch you play it.
And then you play, you're like.
See, I thought it was a good game overall.
Story-wise, it was amazing.
Story-wise, fucking 10 billion.
But I couldn't get through the story, so.
Javi just didn't like it. Didn't like the gameplay. But it was just funny because it was just like everybody's like, "Oh my God,
the gameplay is so amazing. The story is so amazing." I was like, "Okay, the story's good. It's really good."
Yeah.
What am I playing?
Story is amazing. I fucking cried first 20 minutes. I'm unashamed to say.
Did you play it?
I did play it.
All of it?
No.
Okay. Because I can play through cutscenes too. And the first 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure, was pretty much just a giant cutscene.
I pressed play on the special features and it played me the movie.
Yeah, see.
I'm the editor. I'm not the player.
I know. I'm just saying, because like if this game was like, this game is like the way people talked about it, you would have played it even after just watching the edit.
Yeah,
of it.
which is true.
That's what everyone made it out to be, and I don't know. It wasn't that to me at all.
I'm telling you, it is just funny. I've hyped up but see, I hate hyping things up. But with Whiplash, I was like, I don't care. Like, I think it's that good of a movie. I don't care how much anybody hypes it up. Mm-hmm. When you see it, it's just like, if you don't appreciate it, then I don't know about you. Like, maybe maybe not the whole movie, but if you don't appreciate this one scene in the movie, then
the movie wasn't good. It was just the scene.
Yeah. The whole point of the movie is the scene.
Oh, okay. So
I'm just gonna say that.
Giant lead up to that scene.
That's the whole. The movie doesn't work without the scene, but the scene works in its own.
Okay.
But the whole point is, I hyped it up, but I didn't give a fuck. But when people hype shit up to you, it's like, fuck it. Nah, I don't. No, it just sucks.
It depends on how they hype it up too.
That's true.
I think it really depends, because some people. I mean, I can get hyped up. Like something can be super hyped, and then it ends up still being good. Yeah. But I've had so many things be hyped up in, I don't know, some kind of wrong way. They're just like...
so there's like the wrong...
I want to... Like, it's just like the pre-order bonuses, like the ones we can't decide. Yeah. It's just something you can't explain, but there's... Sometimes, just don't hype it up that way. I don't know how you hyped it up. Yeah. Just don't ever hype anything up like that again, because I'm not going to like it.
I guess if somebody's like cocky about it and just like... Man,
like Last of Us?
Yeah, just everybody with The Last of Us was just super cocky about it. Just like, this is a motherfucking best game.
And see, you weren't like that about Whiplash, so I'm just
like, no, yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. I don't like, I hate when people do that. It's like, absolutely the best game, or unquestionably the best game of our generation, blah, blah, blah. Like, well, no.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of people hyped up Slumdog Millionaire to me.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I did enjoy the movie, but like I said, it wasn't like... It won, I think... Every single award. It won an award for animated movie almost, you know? Like...
Best documentary. Like, yeah, what?
It just won every category. And like... I mean, granted, the Last of Us DLC, I really liked it. So that was fine. Because it wasn't... Because I think what killed it for The Last of Us for me was just the gameplay in general. And
the DLC was good because you didn't have to play it. You just had to like walk around.
Yeah, and I really liked that because it kind of like... It was kind of like one of those weird DLCs where it isn't really a game. It's just like, here's our world.
Yeah, here it is. Check it out. Listen to these people talk, and you're just like...
and it's only two fucking people that you listen to.
It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. It won. It has to win. Yeah. There's no way it didn't win. But I don't know. Just in general, I think it's cool if more of these awards come around, because... Video games are becoming more and more art. They are an art form. Period.
Yeah, and I wish it would start focusing so much on, like, I guess the genre, like action art game. Like, I don't mind seeing those kind of lists, but I would definitely prefer to see, like, you know, kind of like, you know, even like not necessarily kind of like a costume, you know, stuff like that, lighting, stuff like that. I would love to see, like, because there's a lot of games that, you know, we don't hear about because they're so bad considering like in their genre. Yeah. But they might be like the most beautiful game ever.
Yeah, that actually would be cool to see something like, because in the video game awards they always do. I'm thinking of that exactly what you're saying, like best action RPG, best adventure, best. But it'd be cool to see best particle effects. Yeah, you know what I mean, like the dudes who did that, like who's created that system, or like best game engine.
Like I think there was a game we recently saw, best opening cutscene. I forgot what the name of the game was, but it just looked... It was like, I've never heard of the game before.
Oh, Drakengard 3.
Yeah, that was the... I mean, granted, the gameplay didn't look as good, but that first cutscene was like... What the fuck was this game? When I like... It was like as good as Final Fantasy 15, like it looked like, you know what I mean?
It did. And it looked fucking better than Final Fantasy 13, I'll tell you that shit.
Yeah, and granted, like Final Fantasy 15, there was actual gameplay cutscenes, like gameplay, but this one was just the cutscene.
We'll see about that.
We'll see.
Yeah, so was Watch Dogs, bro. Yeah, a lot of them were actually
biggest disappointment.
But no, that's a good thing you brought up. I want to think of some categories now, but I like, honestly, like effects, best lighting effects. Yeah, dude, that'd be fucking... So,
like, we were watching the comparison of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance to Chain of Memories for the PlayStation. Yeah. Just that opening cutscene, it was like, damn, that, whatever they did, which looked like light to us, it's not light because it's you know, it's animated, but whatever that was, made the game look like 20 times better.
Yeah, and it was just color correction. Yeah. That's all it was. Like, I could have done that shit. But, I mean, obviously not as good as them, but still, just like... Those little things, those little details, I want to see people rewarded for that. Mm-hmm. All right, glad you were here for the podcast. Nerds with Glasses will be back next week, same time, same channel.
Only channel.
Same bat
the
time.
Only channell they're subscribed to.
Yeah, Geo Playground. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Peace.